This video is basically just testing these. These are back. This is the purple lights at the, not the darkest purple, the next lightest purple light from my original video. And I wanted to test it with this blue shirt on, see how the video looks. One of the things I also want to do is I just have been coming on here saying, this is what I'm going to do next. Here's an example. And I'm going to keep doing that, but I'm not going to talk about all of them. As I find cool fades or After Effects or whatever, unless it's a new feature, I'll probably just throw them in there as I film these videos. But I do want to throw a video out there just starting to do a couple of things different than just learning to edit videos. One, I suppose eventually people who don't know me will be watching these videos, hopefully. So I don't want to do an about me video, but I will sprinkle some things in throughout my videos, that and maybe some interests that I have. For example, I'll start the about me with I'm 56. There you go. Now you know more about me. I also want to work on putting in the description below maybe some links and something that maybe interests me, that can maybe send you on a rabbit hole or two. For example, in this one, I'm going to put a link to a short clip by Dr. James Gates. He's a physicist who's working on string theory, and he's made a discovery. Well, he made a discovery a few years ago. I'll let him explain it in the short clip, and then what I want to do when I put these clips in there, when it takes you to that video on YouTube, over on your right is going to be a bunch of videos they think you'd like if you like this one. So I'm going to call this, let's go down the rabbit hole. So let's go down the rabbit hole with computer code in string theory. Check that out.
Various models about how the cosmos is structured, over the centuries. And, at one point, people talked about the clockwork universe that we lived in. And now the computer is often the metaphor for how the universe is structured. And Jim, I know you've done some work on this whole idea of maybe we should take that idea more seriously.
No, we shouldn't. But you forced me to a point where I have to speak. So I don't know how familiar the audience is with some of my research, but leading a group of both mathematicians and physicists about 10 years ago, we found an extraordinary result in some of the equations that are part of string theory. As I said, what I really do is I work on a subject called supersymmetry. So it's got symmetry in it, but it's got more symmetry than you probably should want to ever see. In the mathematical context of such equations, we have discovered that there are mathematical structures that are indistinguishable from error-correcting codes, as does occur in digital information transmission and establishing reliable digital information transmission. And because of this, many people have concluded that the work that I and my team completed means that the universe in which we live must resemble the science fiction movie The Matrix, where we're all some kind of simulation of some program running, and that's exciting for a lot of people.
It's a little unnerving.
Yeah. And then there, of course, you have Bostrom, Nick Bostrom, a philosopher, who has really, put this point front and center for the public and for
who says the computers will take over.
Yeah. It basically says that we're all just simulations. I like to point out to people a couple of things with that that I find problematic with that. One is, if you accept that, then you have to also accept the existence of ghost.
Existence of
ghost. Edgar Allan Poe. Ghost.
Oh, okay.
Ghost. Right?
Why?
Because if we are simulations, there's some kind of substructure that we don't have access to that runs us as an app. So when we die, what does that mean? It means that that particular app was ended, that the app stopped running, right? But if that underlying superstructure still exists, and if there's no damage to the codeware, whoever is running this superstructure can re-enable a app, let's say Jim Gates 500 years from now. So Jim Gates comes back as a ghost. it's built into the idea that the universe is a simulation. This doesn't sound like the universe I exist in. So although many people like to say my work supports simulation theory, I actually believe that it's pointing to something far more beautiful and subtle about the nature of the laws of physics.
This is the Elon Musk story you're not being told.